Greetings, my friends, loved ones. Pleasure to be with you again today. I brought some notes this time too. Smile check. I brought some notes this time too, just to keep me on track. And I've decided to title this one something abstract. Came to me yesterday during meditation. The man who only ever heard music from a scratched CD. Now, but the real meat of this, the real substance of this, is about letting go. And it's been a trying winter season for me, but it's also shown me what I really need and what I don't. I feel as though the universe can often take things from us that we think we need, maybe just to show us that we don't, just to remind us of our strength and the truth in the statement that we always have everything we need to take the next step. So, continuing. One big part of letting go for me was letting go of parts of myself as well. Parts of me that especially held resentment or held blame or held another accountable for my unmet expectations. Yeah, it can really hurt, and a big part of the pain, I believe, came from because when something walks out of our life, I often know that it left for a good reason. That even if they shall return, even if this that has walked out of my life shall return, for the moment it's what's best, and that's made exceedingly clear not only through my own introspection, but through just the observation of my situation, my growth, and the hypothetical of where things would be if they had remained in my perfect plan or my imagined route. So, just realizing that it wasn't sadness about I wasn't sad that someone left. The real sadness came from my hurt expectations, the realization that I really couldn't fix what I thought I could. And it took a couple of months for me to realize that that's where the pain was stemming from. Because I know that everything that happens to me is for the greatest good of me, the people in my life, the people involved, and the planet in its entirety. I'm a little bundled up. It's kind of chilly where I am. It's very chilly where I am. And as I love fresh air, I always keep my window cracked. So my room's a good 10 degrees colder than the rest of the house. But yeah. So, and this is just a quote that came to me while I was meditating as well yesterday. I picked a fruit before it was ripe. And we know fruits aren't that tasty when they're not ripe. They're hard, tough to chew, and even all their nutrients and things haven't grown to their full potential, so to their full expression. And I feel as though I picked a ripe fruit and thought that through whatever amount of love, attention, intention that I could give, that it could become ripened fruit. But that only happens through staying connected to the tree. And I don't have an analogy for going that deep, but just be patient. Patience is an incredible virtue because all things happen with time. I also believe in the power of intentional healing, intentional letting go, because time is what we make it. And it's not that time heals all wounds, because one scar can heal a certain way and another can heal a certain way based on the attention and care, based on the medical treatment we give to that injury. So, yeah, don't ignore the signs. Trust yourself. You can save a little. You can go through a little bit of pain and avoid a lot, or you can keep putting off a little bit of pain over and over again, and it might hit us all at once. And it's tough. It's fucking tough. And it can be easy to revert back into like a cave, like to become recluse. You know what I mean? And just close yourself off and become a little bitter. But during my personal moments of anger, man, you know what I'm saying, man, I had to, no, you know what, actually, fuck you who's in my head talking that mean negative stuff. Fuck you who had the expectation of something. You know what, it's fuck me, you know what I'm saying. It's as strange, as vulgar as it may sound, I had to redirect that anger back towards the anger from which it came. And this was highly effective for me. Look kind of fuzzy, don't I? Glowy or something? Yeah. Hey, I went through a lot of pain, and but I never let the pain like go through me. You know what I mean? I never let pain use me as I can't say I never, but I've made the conscious effort to ask my pain and my anger, do you want to hurt me, or do you want to hurt someone through me? I won't let another be hurt through me. I care too much. And I won't hurt myself. So the only option for me lately has been to hold the mirror up to that which is angry, because I know it's energy. It is not the purest energy that I am of love and light and life. While we're on that, about purest energy, I think it's important to acknowledge that situations can bring things out of us. Ignoring signs to move on can bring things out of us that are so detrimental, so negative, that they can leave a lasting impression, a much more painful scar than that which we could have left just by walking away. So I just ask that we don't let ourselves become that which is less than us. Like, we really stick to and only live in those qualities and traits we seek to exhibit. And at the same time, I believe that when our path was written, when our book was written, a certain amount of drama is in there, a certain amount of inevitable clashing of energies is preferred and required for certain mental and emotional fortitude. You know, life is sweet, you know, life is cool. But as humans, we are a higher life form than, not higher, but we are a more complex life form than, say, maybe a tree. And I say this because a tree can't walk around. A tree will always be a tree. It once was a seed, and it will become a tree, and it will keep growing unless someone cuts it down, of course. But a tree has no option to resist its natural path. We humans are the only people who can do that. We can resist the laws of our growth. We can deny the truth of our nature. We are the only ones who can do that. A dog is going to hump and sniff and pee and poop and hump and sniff and pee and poop, but we as humans are so unlimited, we can choose. And in this lies danger, but in this also lies a lot to be desired. Do you understand me? In this power of selection, we have the power to destroy or create, to give life or take it with our words and with our energies. So, you know, I don't know how long this episode needs to be. I don't know how much I need to go into, but you know, resistance builds strength, but it can there comes a point where it can you need a break too. You gotta stop fighting at some point and just take a rest. Let those muscles heal. I'm a hard lover, passionate lover, and but I found that giving that love a rest and just directing it towards me, or sometimes nothing at all, has allowed it to grow, to deepen in a way that I couldn't foresee. Muscles only heal during the rest period. So if you found yourself alone, or you found yourself in a tough spot or a sad spot or a spot where it feels like you're stagnant, just do your best to give thanks. Bundle up if the world is cold, and take care of yourself, but I also implore that you don't build a wall around yourself of pain, of past regrets. Let the past be a school, a teacher, but to protect ourselves from something that resembles something from the past. You know, it's a fine line between protecting ourselves and preventing ourselves from experiencing certain things. So care for yourself, and I don't know, I hope something I said in this video could be of value to you. May joy and peace live through your days. And I started this video speaking of the man who only heard music from a scratch CD. Now imagine this man finally listens to a record. Smooth, pure, continuous, proper. Just imagine the feeling. I guess I can relate it to finally finding that peace. And I'm a firm believer that everything you need is within you. I'm also a firm believer that everybody needs somebody, and everybody needs something. So just keep your head up, man. I smile a lot, you know, and I got a lot of tears like behind me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Cry when you need to. I just can't help it. I'm always smiling. Like, during conversation, I have to remind myself to, hey bro, you look crazy, bro, stop smiling. And to me, I'm joyous that I'm just alive and that I can experience life. At the same time, I feel like if I stop smiling, I'll start crying. Or, you know, I spoke in my last video that I believe positivity is always better than neutrality, because neutral can easily slide down to negative, but positive has to get neutral first. And once you find yourself in that neutral state, you can make a correction, sort of. You can path shift. You can switch. You know what I mean? And commit yourself to raising the vibration back to positive. So, you know, the ones who survive are the ones who allow their growth to take place. So, just allow, you know. I really feel like I should have written that those are the ones who thrive, because we can survive and just bury ourselves in the ground for the winter, but we thrive when we allow our growth to take place. Be kind to yourself. I guess that's the theme of this video. Let growth happen. Let the leaves fall. No matter how much you love them, new ones will grow. And if something really matters to you, man, don't let it go so easy. Don't let it go so easy.